go slide. You go slide. You go slide, dear. Where are you going? Run and jump. Ready?
Hi everyone. I wanted to do an update video today after yesterday's disaster of a video. I wanted to make sure that you all knew that I was okay, and yes, yesterday was really tough and pretty disheartening. I wasn't expecting to, I suppose I thought the second time round already having a kid that this wouldn't be like a very hard process. I never have the really right expectations going into things about how this whole process works. It's always like a shock to me when things, I'm like, whoa, okay, I wasn't expecting that, when I'm like, history has taught you this is probably what you should expect. Anyway, I wanted to do an update for you today so that you know that I'm okay. And I really appreciate all the like hugs and prayers and just like thoughts and comments that people have left, whether it's on my Facebook or on the last video, because it just really means a lot to me. But I also wanted to post to say I am okay, because I know I left things pretty grim. But I did want to post that video yesterday because that is the reality of IVF. That's what this journey is like. It's a lot of raw, intense, difficult emotions. And so I wanted to share that with you because, one, for those of you that might be going through something similar, I want you to know that you're not crazy and you're not like abnormal for feeling the way that you feel. Like, that's a normal feeling. It's a normal emotion to feel overwhelmed and full of grief and feeling lost and disheartened and heartbroken. That is normal. Secondly, for those of you who aren't going through it, thank goodness you're not, but for you to understand what someone who is going through it, like what it's like for them. And then it's also for myself as a reminder of this journey. You know, it's important to be able to reflect back and see what it's been like, and it makes me love my little family so much more, knowing the process, the journey, and the heartache it has taken to get to this point. So that's why I wanted to share that video yesterday. I did want to say as well, Mike is just, I couldn't ask for a better husband. He's just the most amazing guy. He was able to come home early. From work. He didn't want me to be by myself yesterday. Dang it, I was hoping I would be fine doing this video. He didn't want me to be by myself, and he went and got me some stuff from the South African shop, some nostalgia to help me, you know, just to feel a bit better. And he went and got Violet from daycare, which was really nice that I didn't have to go pick her up. And he told her, like, when they were walking inside, he's like, no, Mummy's very sad, so you just have to be very nice to Mummy. And she came in, and Violet has this beautiful, like, super empathetic heart. She's just full of empathy and just the most gorgeous little spirit. And she comes in, she's like, Mummy, what's wrong? What's wrong? She was like, you know, with her hands, what's wrong? And of course now I'm bawling my eyes out again because of just this beautiful little girl. And she comes up and she's like, oh, it's okay, Mummy. And she gives me a big hug, and she's sitting in my lap. She's kind of wriggled herself into my lap, and she's slowly swaying us, and she's singing, like, I can't sing it to she was singing it to like a nursery rhyme. She was singing like, it's okay, Mummy, Violet's here, singing to me, and then just going shh, shh, and just rocking me. And like, oh man, it just, now I was crying because it was just such this beautiful little moment. And then you will have seen at the beginning of this video, Mike and her are such water babies. They love the water, and we got that little pool for Christmas as a gift, and So it was just so good for my soul, my spirit, to be sitting outside in the sun, watching them playing together, having a laugh, feeling the sun on my skin, and just being with my little family. It was such a healing moment for me to just have that moment. And while it's still pretty raw and pretty hard, and I'm having moments today where it's a bit tougher than others, it's doable because I know that they make my life so amazing. And if we get to add another little person to our family, I can just imagine what a beautiful family that will be. And I'm not saying that we're perfect. We're not perfect in any stretch of the imagination at all. We're not. But I just love my family so intensely, and to have another little person and watch Violet get to be a big sister, which I know she would just be amazing at, is just giving me the strength to keep going. And it's just doing little things for myself at the moment, and that's something like just being kind to myself. And for any of you that walk through this journey, it's so important to just be kind to yourself, like doing my hair and doing my makeup and having a shower, which might not seem like a big deal, but when you are a mum, having a shower is a big deal. And I don't drink coffee. A shower is my coffee. So just being able to take care of myself is really important, and just reminding myself to do that. And just also reminding myself to spend time with God. And it's so easy to let your feelings define who God is and how you see God. And feelings are always fleeting and always changing, and God is not those things. He is not fleeting or changing. And I have seen him do amazing things. He's gifted me Violet, a whole bunch of things. I have Myke, who I feel like understands me better than any other person. And I'm just so blessed to be where I am. And it's not just like, it's not the financial side of things. That's not what I'm talking about at all. It's the people that he has surrounded me with, the family I get to have, the baby, the child, Violet, that I get to have. And I'm wearing this beautiful necklace that I got from my sister-in-law for Christmas. It's got a little bird on it, and it's probably one of the most beautiful gifts I've ever been given, mostly because of the card that it came with. And I've kept the card in my journal so that I can reflect back on it. It's a little bird, and it's from Matthew 6:26, that says, "Look at the birds. They don't plant or harvest or store food in barns, for your heavenly Father feeds them. And aren't you far more valuable to him than they are?" And she said, God wants you to know that he sees you and loves you and will not leave you. He will be with you in your journey in this next season. And it's true. And while I'm not looking for, food and shelter, which lots of people so desperately need, God will provide. And whether that is we get to have another baby, or whether that is finding peace with our family of 3, I know that God has a greater purpose for me. And it's holding on to the truth, not holding on to the emotional feeling that I'm feeling right now. Being able to step out of that for moments, not pushing it to the side, because that's not healthy either. I think we have to experience the grief and the sadness. You must process it, but not let that define who we are or who God is or any of those things. So I'm just spending today being kind to myself and reflecting on the truth of who God is, and still being sad because the progesterone that I'm on, I don't remember it being this hard with Violet. It made me really cranky. Like I never understood women who said that, when they did the injections, that they got all became like a total bitch and stuff, because I I never really experienced that. There was one time that I blew up in the car at Myke, but it wasn't, you know, I never had that. I never was like feeling not myself on the meds, but this progesterone has, like, it's made me feel irritable. I snapped so many times for stupid things, and I could tell, like, I was in myself going, this is not me, this is stupid stuff. Why am I getting so irritated at that? So I think the thing that I'm sad about most is having to now go back on, you know, it's just that much longer that I have to go back onto it. So I've stopped it now. I only need to do it like after I ovulate, and then take it and if I get pregnant for the next 9 weeks. But there's no point being on it for now. And I didn't actually realize that the progesterone can stop your period. So even though they've confirmed I'm not pregnant, my period still hasn't arrived. And I was reading up online that it can take 2 to 4 days after you stop the progesterone for your period to actually arrive. So I'm waiting on that at the moment. But even though it's been 24 hours since I've stopped the progesterone, I already feel like 100 times more myself. It's amazing how that dose just made me feel yuck and made me feel grumpy and cranky. So yeah, I need to figure out some strategies to cope with it, because at the end of the day, even if I get pregnant, I'm going to be on it for like 12 weeks by the time, you know, by the time I get to stop taking it. So it's coming up with some better coping mechanisms for while I'm on it. But yeah, I'm just not looking forward to having to start it again. That's for sure. Yeah, so that's where we're at. We're going to try again this next month. Whenever my period starts, that will be cycle day 1, and I can call the clinic and set up to start it again. The clinic has been so much better this time round. I don't know whether they've had a lot of feedback about them being so crap. But there are different nurses and doctors than I had last time, and they're all amazing. They've just been so good, so understanding, so empathetic, so caring, and it's been a really nice change since the last time. So for those of you who are looking at going on the public system and maybe have watched some of my old videos where I talk about how crap they are, they have gotten a lot better. So hopefully that can be an encouragement to those of you that are starting the process. So there we go. There's that update. I just wanted to make sure everyone knew I was okay after yesterday's video, and I'm sure there will be plenty of those moments over the next couple of days, probably also when AF arrives. But it's just picking myself up and moving on, starting this process again. Great thing is we've got 4 embryos in the freezer to work with. I'm really praying it doesn't take all 4 to get pregnant with the next one. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll leave it there, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the love and warmth that I have received. I so appreciate it, and I know Myke appreciates it, and we're glad that we don't have to walk this journey alone, because it would just be that much harder. So I will see you all in the next video. See ya.